Namaste everyone, welcome, a very warm welcome, because it is the solar plexus, it is about warmth, it is about power, and so a very warm welcome. You may be thinking why I am doing such basic topics, like we can do such a lot of topics, there are so many topics around, but why am I doing such basic topics? Because it has been guided by the masters. And because the basic things of life, like thought process, checking your thought process, clearing your chakras, are the basics to spiritual growth. So masters have told me first sacral, then solar, then root. This is the way I am going as per direction. I've got it till root only. After that, I don't know what they will guide. So the solar plexus is because the masters wanted you to really clear up this chakra. So I will say a few words about the solar plexus, because all of you know about the chakras, but just in case anyone has no idea about the chakras, I will just discuss a few minutes about the chakras, then we'll start the meditation. Before we start the meditation, I request every one of you that you give your soul permission, you give your subconscious permission to bring up anything that needs to be released. It may be of this life, it may be of past lives, it may be of parallel lives. So it's very important that we give permission, we give intention, that we allow our subconscious to bring up those memories. Otherwise, it is not fully released and not fully healed. You may see the first time you are listening to this here today, you may hear some things, and the next time when you are doing it on the recording, you may get new past lives. So it's very important that you give this intention every time you do this recording, that I am giving my soul permission, my subconscious permission to check all my past lives, all my current lives, all my parallel lives, so that anything, wherever it is, on the soul level, so that it is released on the deeper level. So as we all know, the solar plexus has another beautiful name, which is called Manipura. And why it is called Manipura? Because it is actually the energy center of the body. All the 72,000 nadis come and merge here. It is the merging point of all the nadis, and this is the point which shines when it is fully active, totally like a sun that you're carrying inside. And that is why it is called Manipura, which is another name of a beautiful gem, a very bright gem. And it is located, as you know, 6 inches above your belly button and within your diaphragm. And this is very important for people who want to develop their clair abilities, because in order to develop your clairs, you need to develop your gut feeling. And in order to develop your gut feeling, you really need to open up your solar plexus. So solar plexus, as we all know, has to do with motivation. It has to do with power. It has to do with self-confidence. It has to do with manifestation, most of all. Because unless and until your solar plexus is fully active, you cannot manifest your life in the way you want. You cannot fulfill your goals. You cannot fulfill your intentions. You cannot develop your personal power, your personal identity. In order to develop that, you have to be very clear about your solar plexus and how is it working in your life. You may have a very clear vision of what you want to achieve. You may have a very beautiful planning, but if your solar plexus is not working, it is not going to serve you. You will have a lot of issues fulfilling all the dreams that you have. In case you have no idea how a blocked solar plexus is, you have certain signs that you can look out for when you are looking out to see and check if you have a blocked solar plexus. The basic thing is that you feel very tired. You feel very lethargic. You feel very lazy. Or it may be just the opposite if your solar plexus is too hyper working. What will happen? You are very hyperactive. You have seen children who have been named ADHD kids, hyperactive kids, but it's just that their solar plexus is working too high. too fast. It is not in balance. Another thing you can check is your tendency to manipulate others. Where is it that you are manipulating others? Where is it that you are trying to control others? You have to see that. Then you will understand if you have a domination nature in your nature, there is a tendency to dominate others, to control others. You may feel that you are always wanting to check what the others are doing, how they're doing it. That is a controlling tendency, and that is because your solar plexus is not balanced. Or it may be just the opposite. You may feel totally powerless. You may feel totally weak. Whenever you're trying to do something, whenever you're trying to execute something in your life, you feel you don't have any confidence. You don't have any self-esteem. Sometimes it may be so much that you will feel very insecure. You may feel that there is nothing in my life which I can really do in a perfect way, in a way that will help others. You feel like a victim, you feel helpless, you feel low self-confidence, and you are unable to take responsibility of even your own life. So if this is happening to you in any levels, it may be sometimes it is that we are very good in our career, we are very confident in our career, but we are very weak in our personal life. So wherever you are having any issues, you have to understand that you are not able to manifest your solar plexus chakra in the perfect way that it should be. There will also be a tendency to seek approval from others. You will be always wanting others to praise you, others to validate you, others to tell you that you are okay, that you are performing at the perfect level. I know because I had this issue a lot. It is one of my primary issues that I came to solve in this lifetime, the issue of low self-esteem. So if you have an issue, we have one major life lesson that we have come to learn. If it is your issue to learn how to overcome low self-confidence, low self-esteem, so always you will be facing issues in these points with your relationships with others, in your life, in execution of anything. Another thing you will have very addictive tendencies. And by addiction, it does not only mean addiction towards drinks or drugs or smoking, not that. It may be just an obsession towards a person in your life. It may be an obsession towards a game. It may be an obsession towards making money. Whenever it is out of control, whenever it is out of balance, your solar plexus is not working properly. And in the opposite way, you will have very difficulty making boundaries, telling people no. Whenever you are having problems telling people, no, I cannot do this. No, this is not okay for me. You are always hesitating to tell people that, no, I cannot do this for you. That means your solar plexus is weak. Somewhere you want to please them. Somewhere people pleasing is a part of your psyche. That means your solar plexus is not working properly. Sometimes you will form very codependent relationships with people. You cannot exist without the other. That is also an explanation about you not being able to really manifest your solar plexus in the way you want to. Sometimes it is just a simple thing like overeating. Sometimes it is something like you have a digestive problem. Sometimes it is that you suffer from frequent gas. Sometimes you suffer from frequent problems with your gastritis, ulcers. These are all related to the solar plexus. We don't generally relate this with the solar plexus, but it is excessively related to the solar plexus, especially if you have a pot belly. Many of us, especially in this COVID times, we have this belly. We are having a pot belly. So what is it? It is that somewhere you are losing your power. Somewhere when you are sitting in the corona times, it is not just because you are not moving that you are having a lot of issues. You are having these issues because you are slowly losing your power. You are thinking that the corona times are really making you powerless. So this is just a brief explanation about the solar plexus. I will not go into detail like the last time I did with the sacral, because it is going to take away time from the main meditation that I have designed. So I would ask you to just close your eyes as we start our meditation, breathing in and out into your heart center and taking your energy back from wherever you have given it today. Let your energy come back to your heart center, and please remember to set the intentions that you allow yourself to release whatever comes up. So as you breathe into your heart center, breathing in and out, going deep inside yourself, bringing back your energies to yourself, try to see that you are totally in your energy, that you are not carrying anyone's energy with you, that you don't have any heaviness on your shoulders, on your back. It means that there is some energy with you which is not your own. Just give the intention that any energy which is not by own is released to the ether, it is released to the creator to be transmuted into love and light. Just free your energy body of any entanglements and breathe in and out into your heart center as I do the invocations, and try to relax as much as you can, because when you relax and you are totally in the now moment, it is then you can receive the highest of the highest that the masters want to give you. It is not just by fluke that you are here. It is because you need it. It is because your guides have asked you to sit here. And I'm just a conduit, I'm just a channel. Whatever comes from the masters. Believe in that, trust that, and breathe into your heart center as I invoke the masters. I call on the creator of all creation, the divine source energy. We bow down before thee with great gratitude, with love, with thankfulness, and we request your divine presence in our grid tonight. We call on our Father God, our Mother God, all the mighty gods and goddesses across all dimensions of time, space, and frequencies. We request your divine essence and presence in our grid tonight. We call on all the galactic masters, all the star masters, the masters of the Galactic Federation, the masters of the intergalactic councils, the masters of the councils of love, light, healing, ascension. Each one of you has an individual ascension council. We invite them to be with you tonight. We call on the masters of the karmic board, the masters of the Akashic records. We call on the council of elders. Especially these councils help you when you come down to earth to plan your life mission. So we request their presence to be with us now. We request the council of 12, the council of 9, the council of 7, the council of 5, the council of 3, and the holy council of 1 to grace our grid tonight. We call on our monad, our soul group. We call on the mighty Elohims, the mighty ascended masters, living masters, masters of the inner realms of the earth to be with us tonight. We call on the angelic realms, the unicorn collectives, the dragon collectives, each individual dragon and unicorn that you have, along with your angelic guides, your archangel guides to be with you now. We call on all the consciousness of the universe and beyond, the diamond consciousness, the platinum consciousness, the omega consciousness, the alpha consciousness, the Christ consciousness, the Krishna consciousness, and every supporting consciousness of this realm and beyond, of the highest of the high, all the masters from the highest realms who want to be a part of us today. We invite your divine presence into our grid. We call on all of our teams of light, our higher selves to be present with us. And we call on our higher selves to embody inside us so that we may be able to receive at the highest best. And today, in the wish of Lord Ganesha, who is called the Siddhidata, the son of Lord Shiva, we go to Kailash to release anything that we are having in our solar plexus. Lord Shiva, the mighty Lord Shiva, is the master of all Kundalini energy. He is the master of all chakras. And he invites us today to Kailash And Lord Ganesha has invited us all to be with him today. And he asks you all to hold his hands as we sit in a circle, and he carries us from our place where we are sitting, holding his hand through the upper realms, highest of the highest realms, till we reach the mountain Kailasha. And we are surrounding the mountain Kailasha with Lord Shiva sitting on high, and we are sitting all around this mountain, and Lord Ganesha makes us sit there, and he himself draws a beautiful swastik in front of us. This swastik, he says, is the grid for tonight. And he invites all of you to step inside the swastik and to give yourself permission to release everything that is said tonight. It may seem to be very simple things, but since they are related to all your past lives, all the things that have come through you through the eons, through the centuries, they ask you to give your soul permission to release. Every intention that I give, just allow yourself to release that part of you. So every time you had been told by your parents, you had been told by your peers, you had been told by your teachers that you were not good enough. And you believed it. And you trusted the judgments. You created a big hole in your solar plexus, a deep wound. Come, let us now release this deep wound which we carry inside us, that I am not good enough. I am not worthy enough. I am not important enough, which has been created inside us by all that we have listened to from childhood, from our parents, from our society, from our school teachers, from anyone who has belittled us, who had made us feel small. You must think that this is a very simple affirmation, but this is one of the mightiest affirmations to release the solar plexus power. So tell yourself, I am worthy enough. I am powerful enough. I am important enough. And any energies which told me to the contrary, across all dimensions of time, space, and frequencies, all the that is embedded in my psyche, where I feel that I am not good enough, I am not important enough, I am not powerful enough, I release, I release, I release. It is a deep thing. Allow yourself to release, release, release. Every time you felt unimportant, every time you felt you were not good enough, every time you felt you were not powerful enough, every time you felt that you didn't have any value, release that, release that, release that. Every time you did not value yourself, you did not give importance to your talents, to your gifts, to your understanding of the world, to your understanding of any subject, anything, where you belittled yourself by always asking others, was it good enough? Was it okay? Was it correct? Every time you did this, you created a damaged solar plexus. Now let us sit and honor ourselves, love ourselves at deep levels, honoring our gifts, honoring our talents, honoring every understanding, every knowledge that we hold, understanding that we are very powerful, very divine beings. Let us release all the times when we made ourselves feel small by not giving value to our talents, not giving value to ourselves, not giving value to our gifts. Release it from across dimensions of time, space, and frequencies. Just giving an intention in this powerful grid will allow you to release. Some of you may feel energies, some of you may see visions, some of you may not feel anything, but it does not mean that it is not releasing. The whole array of masters are holding space for you. And whatever you say, whatever you give intention for, they will release for you. So give intention that I will no longer say that I am not good enough, that I am not valuable enough, that I don't have any good talents, I don't have any gifts, that I'll value myself, my gifts, my speciality, that uniqueness that is me. I will value it from today, from now, this very moment. Every time you thought that you were not educated enough, that you did not have the degrees, the power, the status that you needed to make a successful life, you thought that you were not good in making money. You thought that you had blocks in your money center. You thought you were meant to be ordinary. Every time you thought so, you blocked your solar plexus. Every time you thought that your education was not enough to give you a standing in life, you forgot that one of the most of the powerful people in the world, most of the famous people in the world had very little education. It is your innate power, it is your innate wisdom, which finally makes you powerful, which finally makes you different. So every time you said that I am not educated enough, I am not successful enough, I am not good enough in making money, release all those energies, all those energies, all those energies across all dimensions of time, space, and frequencies. Release, release, release. Every time you said, I am not good enough, I am not successful enough, I am not educated enough, release those energies, release those energies, release those energies. See them release from your solar plexus, from every part of your cells. This is a very deep thing, especially in people who have come from a background where they did not get the opportunity to study, to earn, or they did not have the requisite connections in life. You have to understand, you have to honor that you are good enough in every way that you have come down on earth. So release these energies that you are carrying, that because of this part of me, I cannot be successful. Whatever you have, in whatever area of your life, is perfect to take you to the next level. Every time you hid your talents, your greatness, in order to please others, so that they will not be offended, they will not think that she or he is more powerful than me. You did it. A lot of time you did it to please your parents sometimes, to please your siblings, to please your friends, and most of all, you did it to please your spouse. In many lifetimes, you totally stopped your talents, your gifts to come forth. And you gave your partner, your friends, your family, whoever it is that you wanted to honor, so much importance that you totally neglected your talent and did not allow it to rise up in case they feel bad, in case they feel inferior. And every time you did this, you created a karma which did not allow you to have more talents in this lifetime. So if you can release all those lifetimes where you did not honor your talents by burying them and allowing them to be buried in order to please someone else, you created a bad karma against your gifts. So allow those things to be released, to be released, to be released. Every time you buried your gifts, ask divine forgiveness, divine forgiveness, divine forgiveness from the Creator who gave you these gifts, from the different planets who give you these gifts. They become angry. And that is why in this lifetime, you have certain planetary positions which do not give you certain things that you desire. Just allow yourself to release all those lifetimes where you buried your talents by asking divine forgiveness from the Creator that I did wrong, in burying my talents in order to give more importance to someone else. And let all those talents now come back to you, come back to you, come back to you, along with all your soul fragments, all your soul fragments, all your soul fragments of those lifetimes. Every time you led a life of corruption, and every time you allowed others to be corrupt by not protesting, by allowing others to behave in whatever way they wanted to behave. It may be political corruption, it may be corruption in the family system, it may be corruption in any other sphere, in your business, in your office work, wherever you allowed corruption to flow in front of you, but you did not protest. You did not tell them that it is wrong, it is not to be done. You damaged your solar plexus because you allowed inauthenticity to flow in front of you without protesting. It was giving your power away. So every time you did this, every time you allowed corruption in your field, it may be in the political arena, it may be in the government place, it may be in your family, it may be in your business, you created a bad karma of that. Now let us release this by asking divine forgiveness for every time that we allowed any form of corruption, any form of negativity to take place without protesting, without letting our power to be shown. Divine forgiveness, divine forgiveness, divine forgiveness. Let it be, let it be, let it be released, Masters. Let it be released, let it be released. All those lifetimes when they were not powerful enough to release this, release this, release this. Not being able to talk, speak in front of others and let them know that it was wrong. Let them release, let them release, let them release. Every time you subjugated yourself to any kind of emotional blackmail, it may be from your spouse, it may be from your friends, it may be from your family, it may be from your colleagues, it may be from your society, it may be from your caste, community, whatever. Wherever you allowed people to emotionally blackmail you, it was giving your power away. Just identify any areas in your life that you're currently giving your power away by allowing emotional blackmail in your life. It may be as subtle as, you are not listening to me. I get so upset when you don't listen to me. It may be a simple statement like this, but see the intention behind it. Is it to control you? Is it to make you powerless? Or is it sincerely said from the heart? Every time you allowed emotional blackmail in any form, in any lifetime, you gave your power away. Let us now take back our power from all those lifetimes by asking forgiveness from ourselves, by allowing this emotional blackmail to take place with us. Forgive yourself, forgive yourself, forgive yourself for every time that you allowed emotional blackmail to take place with you. Allow these energies to release, release, release from your solar plexus, from your heart, from your shoulders, from your thighs. It's every part of your body. You may feel pain in any part of your body. Sometimes it may be pain in your legs, because when you give your power away, you do not allow yourself to move forward in life, and your legs become numb, your legs become powerless. Any part of the body it is paining, let the energy be released from there. Breathe into that area and allow the energy to be released. Every time you are so emotionally attached to someone, to their joys, to their welfare, to their good well-being, that you forgot that you have a life of your own. You forgot that you have a self-respect, you have a mental peace, you have a life of your own. and you give your total power to that person, you really damage your solar plexus. Because any relationship is not attachment. Wherever there is attachment, there is a loss of power. A relationship is supposed to be a mutual sharing of love, compassion, interests, emotions. But when one person takes a total control and you are not allowed to even feel any emotion which is good enough, you are always trying to please the other person, making them happy, giving them such importance in your life that everything else fades into insignificance. You have totally given your power away. Totally and completely, you are at their mercy. It does not have to be slavery to be at the mercy of another person. It can be just giving your power away in your emotional relationships. So every time you did it, in this lifetime, past lifetimes, parallel lifetimes, you damaged your solar plexus. Now bring that power back to you. Bring that power back to you by cutting away all the cords from all these toxic relationships in the current here and now. Ask your guides, ask your masters to pull away every toxic relation in your life which was taking your power away because of your attachment to that person. Allow all those cords to slice away, slice away, slice away. Fall away, fall away, fall away. And let your power surge back into you, surge back into you, surge back into you. Breathe into your solar plexus and breathe out, releasing whatever has come up for release. Every time you were a slave, be it in the physical sense, where you were taken prisoner by some people and made to do certain jobs, certain work. It may be a physical lifetime of slavery, or it may be, like I just said, a mental or emotional lifetime of slavery. It may be sometimes slavery to your job because it gives you security. It may be sometimes slavery to your relationship because it gives you security. Sometimes it may be slavery to your society because it makes you feel okay, safe, even though you cannot understand or accept the values that they are having. That is also slavery. This slavery mentality, this slavery energy is deep-seated, especially it started from the Mayan times to the Egyptian times, to times in the Middle East, in the current now also, in the past lives also. Some of us were in the Middle East as slaves. Allow your psyche, allow your soul to release the pain, the trauma, the hopelessness, the helplessness that you felt as a slave. Breathe into your heart center, allow yourself to release that trauma, that pain, that complete feeling of powerlessness in front of another human. Allow that to be released from your solar, from your whole system. The energies of slavery, the energies of slavery, the energies of slavery. Mother Golden Tara, I ask you to place one golden star in everyone's heart so that it is easier for them to release this energy of slavery, which is deep-seated in many of them. And even the ankles, their feet are tied up with chains still now energetically. Ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Uriel, and all the teams of light to open up these chains, these bindings, these balls from their feet, the chains of slavery from their neck, the chains of slavery from their hands, the chains of slavery sometimes even in the skull. Some part of the skull were made into a hole and a chain was put. So deep pain, masters, help them to release, help them to release, help them to release. All those lifetimes of slavery, let it be released, Let it be released. Let it be released. Take back your powers. Take back your powers. Take back your powers. No one and nothing can bind you ever again. You're a sovereign being in your full power, standing before the Creator. Lord Ganesha is holding you in his lap. Mother Golden Tara has gifted you with her golden star. Lord Shiva, Ma Parvati are looking at you. Understand, you have every supporting force needed to bring your power back to yourself from all those lifetimes of slavery. Allow the energies to flow back to you. All those soul fragments to flow back to you. Let it be integrated into you without the trauma, without the pain, with the learning, with the lesson, where you allowed others to take over your power. Breathe into your solar plexus, breathe into your heart. Integrate the soul fragments, integrate the soul fragments, integrate the soul fragments. Every time you are so loyal to systems like the government, like the marriage, like family, like jobs, and you made them so important in your life that you forgot the other parts of your life. You gave them so much importance that you lost power in the other areas of your life. Suppose you gave so much power to your job that you became powerless in your family life and it got totally destroyed. Wherever there was imbalance of power, because of you giving importance to one system and not giving the same power, the same balance to the other systems, release that energy, release that energy, release that energy. Let the energy of the oceans flow through your solar plexus, giving balance to your solar plexus, taking away wherever there is imbalance in your life, giving too much importance to one area of your life and taking away the power from the other areas. Let the energies of these beautiful oceans of the universe, of the earth and the universe have come down to cleanse your solar plexus, to cleanse your solar plexus, to cleanse your solar plexus. Allow these oceans to flow through you, flow through you, flow through you. They're balancing the disturbed energies, the disturbed energies, the disturbed energy. Where you lost your priorities, you became so one-minded that you lost the balance, the power. Bring back the balance, bring back the power, bring back the balance, bring back the power, bring back the balance, bring back the power. See the soul fragments coming back to you, coming back to you, coming back to you. As you take back your power, take back your power, take back your power. Every time you are told by someone that just because you are a female, just because you are the younger sibling or the younger child, just because you are from the weaker section of the society, either financially or physically, or you are weaker because of your disabilities, and you were told that you are the one who should be adjusting. You are the one who had to listen to this. Every time you did this, allowing someone to rule over you just because they came from a higher strata of society, or they had some more brighter talents than you, or they were elder to you, or they were financially more stronger than you. Every time you allowed people like these to bully you, allowed people like this to make you weak, to make you subjugate to them, you gave away your power. It is as simple as that. Sometimes we think that just because it's the parent, it's the elder sibling, it is the in-law, it is the boss, we have to bow down, even if they are wrong. It is totally against your sovereign right of being in your power. You have the right only to stand with the truth, not with power. People who are misusing their power. So every time you did this, you damaged your solar plexus. Bring back that power to yourself. Bring back that power to yourself. Bring back that power to yourself. And remind yourself that no one is important enough to bow down to if they are not good enough. Sometimes we bow down to power in the form of knowledge, in the form of greatness, in the form of goodness. That is not giving away your power. That is honoring someone who is of a very high level. But this I'm talking about giving away your power to societies, to people who are bullying you because they think they have some power over you. In society, it has a very, very common thing to bully your children, to bully your siblings, even people around you, to make career choices which you think should be theirs. And this is something which is so rampant that children really break their spine when they're doing it. It is not in only the sources, it damages all the chakras. Every time they are forced to do a career choice which is not according to their wish, according to their choice. So if in your life you gave up your career choice, you gave up your career which you were passionate about, which you were loving about, just because some career was more in demand, because of some career which was more paying, because of some career which was more in respect in the societal realms, you damaged yourself. You lost your truth. You lost your power. You lost your talents. You lost your passion. And it is because of this career choice especially that I have seen, I have studied diabetes, and I have seen that diabetes is one of the major causes is career choice. You may be in a very powerful career, but it may not be one which gives you peace, gives you joy. So when the joy, when the sweetness of your life is gone, then you invite diseases like the diabetes. So every time you gave your choice of career to someone else, you lost your power. You lost the sweetness of your life. You invited frustration into your life. So let us bring back all the times we gave away our power. Let us release all those lifetimes, all those timelines in which we did these things, promising ourselves that we'll not repeat this anymore, especially if we are interested in moksha, in nirvana, in ascension. Because unless and until you are true to yourself in every way, you cannot reach moksha. So you may think it's just a career choice, but it holds a great deal of meaning behind it. It is also damaging your power, and it's damaging in day in and out because you are doing it day in and out. A career means that you are doing it day in and out. So let us ask the masters to bring back your power in such a powerful way from across all dimensions of time, space, and frequencies, so that never again you can bow down to anyone's wish while you choose your career. Let the energies flow back to you, flow back to you, flow back to you as you release lifetimes of subjugation, lifetimes of subjugation, lifetimes of subjugation. Let it be released, let it be released, let it be released. In this context, let us release all oaths, all vows, all contracts, all promises we made, which somehow made us lose our power. It may be, I will always follow whatever you say. It may be, you are right, I am wrong, I will do as you say. It may be such simple promises. But any promises, any oaths, any vows, any contracts, any agreements, any rights that we gave to others, which took our power away, let us bring it back now by destroying all those oaths, vows, promises, agreements, contracts, rights that we gave. By burning those contracts in the ultraviolet fire of the universe, We call on the ultraviolet angels to help you in releasing all those oaths, vows, and promises, all those oaths, vows, and promises, all those oaths, vows, and promises which took away your power, which took away your power, which took away your power. Every time you are blamed by someone for some deed, and you felt that it is okay for them to blame, maybe I made a mistake. Every time you allowed the energy of curse to flow through you because someone was very angry, you gave away your power. Just because you allowed someone to negatively curse you or blame you. Let us ask the masters, the divine beings of justice, the council of justice to come down, the council of karma to come down. And every time you were cursed, blamed, hurt because of no fault of yours, let all those energies be released, let all those energies be released, all those energies be released, and let these energies of oaths, vows, promises, curses be released not only from you, from your ancestral lines and from your children. Let the whole energy be released from the ancestors, from your descendants, from you. These energies of oaths, vows, promises, curses. Just allow your system to release, release, release. Just an intention is enough in the current now. It takes minutes to release lifetimes. Just acknowledge that you may have been wrongly cursed, even if you cannot understand the curse, even if you cannot see the lifetime, it is fine. Just understand that in many lifetimes you were wrongly cursed by someone who was very angry, you were wrongly blamed, you were wrongly hurt. Just allow those energies to flow out of your system because these energies sometimes block us from manifesting the life that we want. It blocks us from inviting spiritual abundance, material abundance, relationship abundance into our lives. So we release all these curses, all these curses, all these curses from deep within our psyche, deep within our psyche. The karmic council, the council of justice, help us to release, help us to release, help us to release. Just breathe into your solar plexus. Integrating whatever energies have come back to you in the form of soul fragments. Every time you held on to your anger, you may think it is very simple. I was angry with that person. Why shouldn't I hold on to my anger? I was justified in being angry. Sometimes it is resentment over past issues, past incidents, and we all hold it without forgiving them, without letting the incidents go. What happens? It damages our power. Because every time we give more power to any old incident, to any other person who has the capacity to hurt us, by being angry is giving away your power. It is allowing another person to rule over you by creating anger inside you. So your justification that you're justified in being angry is actually giving away your power. And if you can understand this simple thing, I think from tomorrow, most of you will hesitate before being angry again. Remember, every time you're angry, every time you're frustrated, every time you're irritated, you're giving your power away. Every time you're resentful, you're giving your power away. Isn't it more easy to forgive that person and take back your powers? So all the anger, all the frustration, all the resentment that you're holding in your solar plexus, let it go, let it go, let it go. Let the forgiveness flow, let the forgiveness flow, let the forgiveness flow. Allow it to leave. Otherwise, your solar plexus remains damaged. If you really love yourself, allow the anger, allow the resentment, Allow the bitterness, allow the frustration to flow out of you, flow out of you, flow out of you. Breathe into your heart center, because a lot of it is connected with the heart also. And allow both the centers to release this, release this, release this. And as you release your anger, as you release your resentment, as you release your frustration, your irritation, just see how light your body becomes. Just see how powerful you start feeling, because no longer you're allowing anyone to hold your power. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let the forgiveness flow, let the forgiveness flow, let the forgiveness flow. We call on the council of love and the council of compassion to help you in releasing, releasing, releasing all the pent-up anger, resentment, frustration inside you. Any incident that is coming up, just send forgiveness to the incident. You will need to repeat this a number of times in order to release it, because this will be a lot of things. Every time you allowed any disease, any kind of disease to come and disturb you, any kind of disease to take power on in your life, you are giving your power away. A disease is just a manifestation of some emotional issues that you had, which are manifesting on the physical level. So every time any disease was more important to you, and it made you feel that you were powerless, it made you feel that you are addicted and totally controlled by the medicines that you have to take every day, you were giving your power away. Because anything which is manifested in our system as a disease can be unmanifested from our system by our self-healing. So every time you gave your power away to any disease, you damaged your solar plexus. It is as simple as that. Now you can understand why I said that this is not an ordinary meditation. You have to look into all these aspects of yourself, repeating it on and on. Every time you gave power to a disease by thinking, high pressure never gets better, diabetes never goes. You're totally giving your power to these diseases. Every time you stayed cooped inside your house, not wanting to go outside in the sun, maybe to protect your skin from any damage, you were actually damaging your solar plexus by not allowing it to be recharged, not allowing it to rebalance itself with the divine sun. Sun is what is totally connected to your solar plexus. It is a manifestation of your sun inside. So if you are not connected with the sun, if you don't go out into the sun, what happens? You totally damage your solar plexus. So all of the persons who are sitting at home due to the COVID and who are not even taking a walk out in the sunlight, what are they doing? They're greatly damaging their solar plexus, and they're having issues of vitamin D, calcium, and all these things, which is actually related to the solar plexus. So if you have any issues related to your bones, any issues related to vitamin D, you understand that somewhere you have given your power away, because your bones are the solid structure of your body which give you support. And your solar plexus is one which gives you real power and support. So if you are not going out into the sun, you are damaging your solar plexus. So if you are not connected to the sun, allow yourself to remain connected to the divine sun. Even if you are in such a place that you cannot go out into the sun, if you are in such a situation, in such a family, just energetically call on the divine sun god Ra and ask him to connect to your solar plexus. A lot of us are always in the victimhood, not taking responsibility for everything that has happened in our lives. That is also giving away your power. Because every time you say that your mother, your father, your brother, your husband, your wife, your family, your society was responsible for the problems in your life, it means you are insignificant. It means you don't hold the power in your life. So let us take back our responsibilities. Let us take back our power by saying, I am responsible for everything that happens in my life, be it good, be it bad, be it everything that is happening in our lives, which is not for our highest best. Anything that is happening to us, it may be something that is to do with someone else in the family, it is to do with something in the office, it is to do with something in the financial market, and we are saying it is not my responsibility. See, it is because of the market, it is because of the family, and it is because of someone else that your life is in trouble. It means you have given your power away to all those people. So ask your power that you have given away in so many lifetimes, through eons, through centuries, to come back to you, to come back to you, to come back to you. As now in the current now, you stand before the God, the Supreme Creator, and pledge to take your responsibility. Because unless and until you take total responsibility for your life, you will not be able to reach your moksha. Because unless and until we are totally in ourselves, understanding that whatever is happening around us, inside us, is our responsibility and it is somehow our own creation, we will not be able to change it and we will not be able to push ourselves towards moksha by changing it. So every time you give away your responsibility to others by being in victimhood, by saying that they are responsible for the problems in your life, you are damaging your solar plexus. Every time you refuse to see the truth in your life, be it in any incident, be it any major thing that you are lacking. Suppose you are doing a job in which you are lacking a specific talent or a work that a skill that you need. And if you are denying it, you're denying the truth, you are damaging your power, because you can only enhance your power by doing your work to the best. And how can you do it? By understanding and acknowledging that you do not have the requisite skills needed to do that job. And so what you can do, you can learn those skills and really enhance your power. But what do? We generally, we ignore the truth in our life. We ignore the truth in relationships. We ignore the truth in situations. Since it is a 1 hour and a half maximum meditation, I cannot go into deep things, but I just ask you to really rethink where, by not acknowledging the truth in your life, you're giving away the power, giving away power to the system, giving away the power to others. Just acknowledge your truth and bring the power back to yourself. Every time any kind of addiction that you had made you lose your judgment, made you lose your control, it may be just an addiction, as I said, an obsession towards any person. Because you love that person so much, you want to be with that person all the time, you're texting that person, you're calling that person, and you're destroying your work, your studies, everything for that. What is it? It is an addiction. It is a kind of behavior which is taking away from your highest good. It is a kind of obsession. It does not always need to be with drugs, with alcohol, with smoking. It can be just a computer game or a mobile game. It may be just watching videos on the YouTube. It may be something as simple as that. But it will destroy your system by taking your power away, because you have given your whole power to that thing that you are obsessed with, that you are addicted to. So let us bring back these energies of addictions that we had, the energies of giving our power away to other people by obsessions. Let us bring ourselves back to ourselves by releasing all these cords of addictions to people, to material goods, to situations, to any kind of obsession with the. Sometimes even a spiritual journey becomes an obsession where you are hankering after power, you're hankering after siddhis. Any kind of obsession is losing your power, is losing your balance, it is damaging your solar plexus. Let us bring back ourselves to ourselves by cutting away all these cords to any kind of obsession, any kind of addiction that we had across time, space, and time dimensions. We ask the Divine Masters, your teams of light, to help you cut these cords, cut these cords, cut these cords. Some cords are very deeply entangled inside your psyche, in your sacral, in your root also. The cords of addictions go very deep, very deep. Some are like spreading, I can see, like a web across your whole body. The addiction is so strong. Just ask the masters to pull that web away from you. Just let them disentangle this web from your whole spinal cord, from your whole circulatory system, from your nervous system. It is inside all the systems. In your neurons. Allow these cords to release, to release, to release. Give yourself permission to cut these cords, cut these cords, cut these cords by standing in your true power, true power. If you feel that you cannot do it, ask Lord Ganesha to do it for you. Ask him to cut these cords for you. These deep-seated cords, deep-seated cords, deep-seated cords. It is like a web in many of you. Your whole spinal cord is filled with this web. Ask your guides to release it for you, release it for you, release it for you. Please keep on doing this meditation till you can release that addiction. It may be an addiction to a kitty party. Masters are saying some people just like to play cards. For some people, gossip is addiction. Some people, controlling is an addiction. Controlling others, dominating others. Whatever it is in your life, as the Masters are giving you examples, check and see what is your addiction. It may be hoarding jewelry. It may be shopping endlessly. What is your addiction? What is it that you've given your power away to? Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back to you. You're destroying your whole chakra system because of this addiction. You're destroying your nervous system, your circulatory system. Every time we are stuck in relationships which are not for our highest best, but which we are stuck in because we think it is safe, it is respectable to society, it is good for our children, it is good for our parents. In whatever way you are stuck in relationships which you think is unsafe to break out of. This feeling of unsafeness, of losing something, is giving away your power, is giving yourself into their control. So let it be released, let it be released, let it be released. All relationships that you have given so much importance to, that you cannot leave even though you know it is very toxic, that you cannot leave even though you know it's just taking away from your power, from your energies, from your goodness, from your brightness. you're giving away your power. And if you really love yourself, if you really honor yourself, you'll bring your power back to you. Sometimes in relationships, sometimes in situations, we assume something. We just assume that we know something about that person and we make a comment. We make a decision. We make a retort, angry retort at that person just because we assume something. Assumption in any form is taking away the power both from yourself and from that person. It is a bad karma. In that situation, it is easier to ask a direct question than assume. So every time you made assumptions without having concrete proof of anything, you gave away your power and you took away someone's power. So ask forgiveness for all those situations in which you made assumptions. Some people just make assumptions. Someone is typing on the phone and you assume that that person has a relationship. Someone is coming home late and you're assuming that person has gone to a bar. These kinds of assumptions without having concrete proof can not only create disharmony, but it really gives away your power and that takes away that person's power. So asking divine forgiveness from all souls about whom you assumed, about which situations you assumed, release that energy from you, the energy of assumption, the energy of assumption, the energy of assumption. We pass through life in learned patterns of behavior into choices and decisions which have been made for us by others. And we follow them because we think that that is what our parents do, that is what our role models do. And every time we follow the path of other people blindly, not as an example, but blindly because that is the way things should be. You are giving your power, you're giving away your creativity, and you're not only damaging your solar plexus, you're damaging your sacral chakra also. So every time you give away your decision making, your choice, your wish, your will, because you thought that society was carrying this ritual, this system, and you need to follow it, you gave away your power. And this has been through eons, through lifetimes, through centuries. So cut the cords with all those lifetimes in which you gave away your power to the system. And release yourself from all these programmings of systems which have been embedded deep inside you, into every part of the body, into your chakras, into your minor chakras. Feel the energy of this programming, this false programming of false systems which no longer serve you, are releasing from every part of your body, every cell of your body, every chakra of your body. Let it be released, let it be released, let it be released. Releasing all these deep, deep energies which made us move away from our wisdom, from our innate sense of intuition, which made us move away from our power. Let us release all those energies, all those energies, all those energies. Sitting inside this swastik with Lord Ganesha, with all the masters surrounding us, Lord Shiva standing in front of us with his Trishul and his Dambu. Breathe into your solar plexus. And as you breathe into your solar plexus, see the energies of the Divine Creator flow through the 36 chakras that are above you and within you. Let the energy flow through your 252 minor chakras, to your every bone, your every blood, your bone marrow, your tissues, your ligaments, your muscles, your organs, your systems, your circulatory system, digestive system, every system, your glands, your cells, the space between the cells. Let it flow through every part of you, through your emotional body, through your mental body, through your physical body, through your etheric body. Let all these energies flow through you, down through the soles of your feet, down through your Earth Star Chakra. Let it flow through the crystalline core of Mother Earth, down to the galactic heart center, where the galactic mother and the star mothers are waiting for you. And as your energy reaches there, they hold you in their lap. And as they hold you in their lap, your energy moves far and wide, encompassing the whole of the universe, and it roots itself inside the universe. Every part of the universe connects to you with roots, deep roots, rooted into every part, every constellation, every galaxy that you belong to, every star system that you ever lived in. Your roots are going into every part, every part, every part. As the galactic mother, the star mothers hold you in their lap. Breathe into your system. Feel your roots pull in the energy, pull in the power from every lifetime across all dimensions of time and space, where you were so powerful, where you were so beautiful, in the real sense of the word. Beautiful inside and outside, in your real power, in your real wisdom, in your innate greatness. Let us pull back from every lifetime when you were in a real power, where you were living a life full of power, of joy, of greatness, of divine wisdom. Let these energies from all those lifetimes, across all galaxies, across all dimensions, across all planes, come back to you, come back to you, come back to you. And as the energies from all these lifetimes, which are yours, past lives, parallel lives, other dimension lives, they come back to you, come back to you, come back to you. And just feel the power in your body now. Just feel the emotion in your body now, which is full of wisdom, full of joy, full of power. And this is not a negative power. It is the power like Lord Shiva holds, the power of the universe, the power of divine knowledge, the power of divine greatness, the power of moksha, the power of truth, the power of greatness. See these energies flow inside you, flow inside you, flow inside you. And they collect in your solar plexus. And you feel a huge surge of energy inside you. You are totally connected to every lifetime where you held great power. Fold your hands in divine prayer pose and ask the masters, your guides, to bring back your gifts, bring back your qualities, bring back your power from all those lifetimes, so that you can now live this life in your fullest, highest potential, manifesting the life of your dreams, manifesting the joy of your dreams, manifesting moksha, manifesting nirvana, manifesting divine ascension, divine ascension, divine ascension. Lord Shiva steps in, puts his hands on your crown, and his energies flow through you, flow through you, flow through you, activating you, activating you, activating you to your highest potential, to your highest potential, to your highest potential. Divine gratitude, in divine gratitude, in divine gratitude, bow down to every master, every energy, everyone who supported you. Give your divine thanks to Lord Ganesha, Lord Shiva, Ma Parvati, and every master across the galaxies, across the timelines who are holding space for you. Breathe into your system. Integrate these energies into your grid, into your auric field, and into the crystalline core of Mother Earth to be accessible for all souls who wish to access it. Breathing deeply into your heart center, breathing deep and slow. Bring back your energies to yourself now, coming back from Mount Kailasha, coming back to your room, coming back to your energies, coming back to yourself, renewed, revitalized, totally changed, totally transformed in your fullest potential. So be it, so be it, so be it. It is done, it is done, it is done. Divine thanks, Masters. Divine thanks, divine thanks, divine thanks.